Hello, hello, hello. It must be Tuesday night, for I am here again doing this. How are you? For it is Halloween. Oh, Hallows-een, where we get our ghoulies out. I mean, ghosts and ghoulies are out. Oh, just going from the dog walk. It tried to rain on me, but I didn't let it stop me. Hopefully, everyone's having a good time. You're probably all out collecting candy, or maybe terrorising small children. Not quite sure who my audience is, but yeah, here we are again. So, what shall we talk about? I don't know, because I'm on me Todd. Oh, mind you, there's 3 people in, but none of them have liked the video. None of them have liked the live stream. Huh. That's weird, because I'm a lovable kind of guy. Here I am. And if you really, well, you might have already seen it. I spent a good part of this morning carving a pumpkin, because, you know, I'm a cool dad. And if you've, I did a short of it. It was funny because I put it in the window, and I've got one of those little turntables, so it's going around in the window. I carved 4 Mario fascias, themed fascias into it for characters and things from the games, because my Herb's been playing Super Mario Wonder, and so have I, because we're all gamers in this house. And last year I did Sonic the Hedgehog, so I thought only fair this year that I do Super Mario. So I spent my morning doing that. That was fun. I was looking at various templates, and I hand draw them on, and you know, kind of modifying because of the size of the pumpkin. I haven't got a really big pumpkin. I've got an average sized pumpkin. But remember, it's not the size of the pumpkin, it's what you do with it that counts, I believe. So so yeah, you can see what I did with my pumpkin in the short I posted. Yes, I did a short. I don't do too many shorts because I'm an old man. But it was funny because I was cooking dinner and I was looking at I was admiring my handiwork. I was staring at it, going, "Oh, wait a minute! I could do a video of this and turn it into some content, quality content." And it made the kids laugh because you know, I got the sound, I put the sound effects in and that, and Herb thought it was cool. And that's the important thing. So yeah, blimey, it's quiet. 7 people in, but very quiet. It's very quiet out there. Come on, what's the matter? You're scared? You scared of the big bad man? Does no one want to chat tonight? Because if that's the case, I will toddle off, because hey, I've got Super Mario to go and play. We can do that. So yes, please. But oh my God, I've actually scared one of them off now. Oh dear, that's not good, isn't it? That's not good. They're obviously terrified. They're terrified of getting involved. Blimey, this is going to be a short one. Fucking hell, Renee's in. Thank God for that. Oh man, am I so pleased to see you. I thought I was just going to be sitting here on my own. Yes, indeed, Mr. Watermelon is in the building. The virtual building, as it were. So that's good. Phew, thank God for that. I thought I was in trouble. Oh, G-Man's in. It's Happy November Eve. I've been watching Halloween and Ghostbusters movies tonight. I don't know. I'm sorry to hear that, because I'm one of those people that I don't rate the Ghostbusters movies. Because everyone complained about, like, was it they did the Ghostbusters reboot, didn't they? And everyone complained about it. Oh, it's the worst Ghostbusters sequel. What they've forgotten is there was a worse Ghostbusters sequel. That was Ghostbusters 2, which is not very good. But I remember, you know, he was doing, I think it was it? I don't know if it was last year. But anyway, we watched Ghostbusters with the kids because the missus insisted. She said, "No, it's a classic 80s film. We're watching Ghostbusters." And I said, "Are you sure? Because it's not as good as you think it is." And I said, "Have you actually seen Ghostbusters?" And she said, "No, I haven't." I said, "Oh well." And then she fell asleep during it, so that kind of, you know, removed the point. But at the end, I said to the kids, "What did you think of it?" And they went, "Not enough ghost busting in it. There's only about, like, you know, a couple of ghosts, and then it's over." I went, "Yep, that's right, but everyone loves it for some reason." So I've just shat all over Ghostbusters. There you go. I'm sorry about that. Though I did enjoy the female reboot. That's it. I'm weird like that. I thought it was funny, but I don't know. But then I don't hold those characters particularly sacred, so it was easier for me to kind of get into it. But I suppose if you're a big fan of these things, you know, you can be a bit precious. My precious. You can be precious about what are they called? IPs? Is that what they call them these days? I don't know. So yeah, it's very quiet tonight. I think everyone's out trick and treating. I imagine my audience of grown middle-aged men out on the streets robbing children of their sweeties. Yes. Have you been trick and treating tonight? Please leave a comment in the box below. So yeah, like I said, very quiet. Maybe it takes a bit of time to warm up. I do not know. I'm running out of things to talk about. What am I going to talk about? Oh, dog's off. Two comments in. That's it. 2 comments. That's all we've got. Oh dear. Oh blimey! Another one's in. Gray says, "I wasn't sure it was going to happen tonight. There's no waiting video." Well, it's always on. What are you talking about? I just forgot to do it because, you know, it's always here. Look, guys, have I ever not? I think it was only once I didn't do it, and that's when I was ill. And even then, I don't know what I did. It was a long time ago. But I'm always here because I've got nothing better to do with my life because I'm a sad bastard, right? And I've got absolutely nothing going on in my life. So, and like the same reason you're here, because you're sad bastards too, and nothing going on in your life. That's it. That is a good start. Alienate your audience. This is it. I'm firing on all cylinders tonight. I surely am. But yeah. But yeah, following on from last week, the missus had to go to prove that we have children, you know, like you do, and prove that our daughter goes to school, which is a bit odd because like she's 16 and she's doing her GCSEs next year. So you think that, you know, the people at the benefits office or universal credit, because it's to do with child benefit, we get child benefit for the kids because it's what you get over here, and they're moving over to a new system, and they didn't believe that Verity existed. So it take Mrs. had to go in, not me. Mrs. had to go in and take in her birth certificate, but her school report cards, which we had printouts of, wasn't enough evidence to prove that she attended school. So I emailed the school, but again, it was holiday last week, so I didn't get any reply. And then today I emailed her form teacher, who replied very, very quickly. She's a very nice lady. And then later on that day, I actually got a reply from the school. So now with Mrs. going back again tomorrow with two recommendations, 2 letters to prove that my daughter actually exists and goes to school. And it's going to be wonderful. Thank you, Mrs. Hot beverage is served. Thank you. So yeah, that was it's quite eventful because everything's done electronically, you see, these days, and there aren't any like I don't think we ever got like a welcome pack from the school. We might have done. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But you'd think all these organisations would talk to each other, but they don't. They never do. They never do. When it says, well, today I switched from Android to iOS, and iPhone 15 is working very, very nice. My last phone was the iPhone 3. iOS is so much better than Android. Yeah, like duh. I've got no time for Android. I'm old now. So I like an easy life, and so I just do the Apple thing. The same with the computers and that. I just want an easy life. But I've got an old XR, so it's at the bottom of the upgrade ladder. So I'm going to have to get a new phone soon because next time they do an iOS update, I probably won't be included. So yeah. Yeah, it's what goes with it, isn't it? It's what comes with the territory. You do that. But I got a very old MacBook Pro laptop. You pick them up relatively cheap. I use cache converters a lot. Cache converters in the UK, very good for picking up bargains. Well, I think they're bargains, and of course, they get a guarantee. You don't get that with eBay or whatnot, so it's quite nice. So I wanted like something I could test like operating systems out before I upgraded my computer. So that one, even though it's an old one, you can use something called OpenCore Legacy, which is it allows you to install the latest operating system, which I think is called Sonoma, onto 11-year-old MacBook Pro, and it works absolutely spiffingly. And that's what annoys me about Apple, is they bring out these gizmos. I mean, last night they dropped, or was it this morning? Early hours of this morning, they dropped the M3, the M3 Pro and the M3 Max. I mean, they only brought out the M2 like earlier in the year, I think it was, and you know, they go on about, oh, save the planet and, you know, environmentalism and recycling, yet they don't provide like updates to older tech. And again, a lot of this stuff that's out there, whether it's the MacBook Pro or like the iMac or whatnot, they still work and they're still perfectly serviceable today if you're using, you know, for light use. And I always thought it was stupid that, you know, Apple don't do like a Sonoma Lite, LITE version of the operating system, just to keep people, you know, updated and in the loop and safe from any exploits and whatnot. It just makes sense. But then, you know, it's not really, I guess it's not really about that. It's about getting your money and liberating you from your money and the next shiny thing. So, you know, I try not to upgrade here, but I did recently. I swapped out my iMac, which I'd had for, I don't know, 3 years. Again, a bit of a short time this time. But Mac Mini, refurbed. That's always good, isn't it? Gets the job done. Surprisingly powerful little computers. That's the M2 chip. Very, very good. So yeah, I'm just here blabbering to myself. Oh, Liam's in. It says evening. Just dropped in. M3 chip looking interesting, but apparently the storage on the new MacBooks is going to be is that a lot less than usual? Oh, again, I don't know if you're talking about memory or the actual SSD drives. Apple mess around with this, I'm sure, but they're using this. What they're doing is they use this kind of memory caching system. The M chips. I'm going to say M chips. The M chips are very memory efficient. I mean, I've got something like 16 gigs. This Mac Mini. It's like the Max. I think it's the Max you can get on a Mac Mini, and I don't notice any issues with it. Now, my old iMac, I just stuffed it full of memory. Memory was relatively cheap, so I could you could upgrade the memory on that. So yeah, I mean, I've not noticed any issues with it. And again, this one I've got, I mean, for a Mac Mini, it's silent. You can't hear it. It just seems to work. You know, it's scary, and it seems to be fast. Again, I use it for this, and I use it for music, obviously, and the little bit of video editing that I do. And it certainly is zippy, and it's frightening. It's frighteningly zippy. But I think that's the way it needs to be. I'll have a look. I mean, I didn't really check out all the deets because I'm not planning on upgrading. So, you know, so the new MacBooks, let's have a look. Order now. I'm imagining that I'm ordering a new MacBook. I'm not. I'm not. I couldn't afford one of these mothers. So you got the 14-inch and you got 16-inch. And I'm looking here, they've got 8GB memory on the M3, on the two M3s, and 18 gig. Then it jumps up. That makes no sense. Look, this makes no sense whatsoever. You go from 8 gig to 8 gig to 18 gig, and it's just 200. Oh, but I see, they cut the storage. Okay, but that's the M3 Pro. oh god, I see what you mean. You get 18 gigs of memory, but less SSD storage space, which makes no sense. You'd think that would be like 2 terabyte because it's the Pro edition. Right, that's the 14-inch. We've got the 16-inch, and that's where things get spicy. Yeah, 18, 36, 36. I guess 36 is the max. But yeah, I'll give them a few years. Yeah, a bit too spicy for my liking. But you go to the Apple Refurbed, or go on Cash Converters or whatnot, and you'll be able to pick up a cheaper M1. M1 is. Or, I mean, I've used M1. Have I used M1 Mac Mini? Yeah, I have. I've used an M1 Mac Mini and M2 and M2 Pro, and there's not a lot in it, but it's a significant improvement over when I had an i5, like the last of the i5 iMacs. It wasn't an i7 or i9, but i5, it was perfectly respectable. But because it's all about the SSD drive, that was like a Fusion drive, which is half and half. And I mean, this is where all the speed, I think, that's where you see the performance is in the SSD and this weird memory caching thing they've got going on with the Apple Silicon. Again, it's like witchcraft. I don't know how they do it. Liam says, I tried that new desktop widget thing on Sonoma, kind of like a mobile phone, but I can't find a good use for it. Well, I haven't taken the plunge and updated Sonoma to the I'd say the big machine, but it's not. It's the small machine because it's the Mini. My MacBook Pro is bigger. I've not really played around with it. I've just on the MacBook, I just was testing the various plugins I've got, see if they work with Logic Pro, and everything seems to be working. However, that's an i7, that's an old i7 MacBook from 2012. 125 quid from Cash Converters. Yeah, a few dints on it, but absolutely perfect. And I again put an SSD drive in it, maxed the memory, and it's like, this will do, for something there's a bit of a knockabout, if I wanted to, hey, even do the live stream from the kitchen. Maybe I should do that. But yeah, I've not really tried the Sonoma. I was just more like testing it to see if my plugins work, and everything seems to be working. But then I thought, oh wait a minute, that is Sonoma running on an i7. We're not talking about Sonoma running on silicon. Is there going to be an issue with it running, the silicon? So I've hesitated. It's like, what do I do? And some of these plugins have worked perfectly fine, but the manufacturers or the software publishers or whatever you want to call them, they don't actually get off the fucking fence and tell you that their plugins are 100% compatible. They can leave it for like 6 to bloody 9 months. I mean, you could be waiting forever. So sometimes you just got to take the plunge and see what doesn't work. Liam adds, I think I got the newest Mac shortly after M2 came out, and some software I use, Sibelius and Adobe products, weren't ready for it yet. Works great now though. Exactly. There's always like I say, this delay between the new operating system coming out and everyone getting their shit together, as it were. And it's just frustrating. It really is. Now, Mac puts out this stuff in beta like months and months ahead. You'd think that it'd be ready, but I don't know. That's the only problem with that's the only problem I have with Apple and their operating system updates. Is there is this kind of grey period where you worry about doing it, taking the plunge, because you could find certain things not working, and that happened to me. I mean, that happened. I can't remember when it happened, but it happened to me early on in my Apple journey, if you want to call it that, and that always put me off. I can't remember what happened or how it happened or what didn't work, but it kind of put me off from upgrading straight off. And even things like OBS, which I'm using for this tonight, which is open source broadcasting software. which is open source. I've read things on forums that say, oh no, it doesn't work with Sonoma. But, like I said, I've run it on my MacBook Pro, works fine. So it's like, who do I trust? You know, is it the Apple Silicon that's the issue, or are they just, you know, full of shit? Because, you know, some people are full of shit, you know, especially on the internet. Fasano says, happy Halloween, indeed. I've just been sacrificing a virgin. You managed to find one? Wow, that's some good. That's good virgin hunting you did there, Fasano. There you go. Mind you, and the younger generation, they don't have sex anymore. They just binge on Netflix apparently and moan about how sad their lives are. So, yeah, a cheeky boy. So, we've done the Apple shit. What else do you want to talk about? Anything? Anything else? No? Okay. It's going to be a short one. I mean, come on, guys. Help me out here, will you? Help me out. Liam says, many trick-or-treaters this evening? Just 2. I've got a story about that. It's not a very good story. But, oh God. Limited ads are running on this live stream. I'll tell you, remind me to tell you about, I've got, anyway, we'll answer Liam first. So we had 2, and I didn't answer because I was cooking dinner. I was cooking dinner when they rang. But after dinner, I thought, you know, if you ever like pat your pocket and go, where are my keys? I've got very small pockets in these jeans. These are Wrangler jeans, and I do not recommend these newfangled Wrangler jeans. My old Wrangler jeans used to have pockets, and these Wrangler jeans, I think, are ladies' jeans because the pockets are incredibly small. I can barely fit Swissy in my pocket. In fact, when I take my jeans off of a night, my Swiss Army knife falls out of my pocket. So I thought, you can hear them now, but where's my keys? So I thought maybe they've fallen out because my pockets are so small. So I checked in the living room, checked by my desk, and I went downstairs, checked in my coat just in case I put them in my coat, and I thought, front door, open the front door. My keys are in the front door. Right now, 2 people had knocked, trick or treating. Right now, I was beginning to think maybe they thought, oh wait a minute, he's left the keys in the door. Is he hiding behind the door and waiting for us to open the door, and he's going to get us? And so maybe people went, oh, right. But anyway, I retrieved the keys and went upstairs to the missus and went, oh, I found my keys. She went, oh, I weren't in the door. I went, yeah. And then I realised later on what had happened. I was coming in, I put the keys in the door, and Layla, the dog, where is dog cam? Oh, it's on the floor. Ooh. We can do dog cam. I call this one dog with jumper. There we go. There is dog with jumper. Anyway, she's obsessed with girls in school uniforms and boys, not just girls, because she thinks that it's their lot. I too. She sees anyone in a school uniform, she's like, is that ours? I go, no, it's not ours. But it can be a bit discombobulating when you're walking, you know, past school children and the dog starts, you know, dragging you towards them. So yeah, I put the key in the door. I was going to open it, and she's yanked me because she's seen a load of school kids come out because, you know, the kids were coming out. And I'm like, no, that's not the kids. They're coming along. They'll be along in a minute. And we go in, and that's how I got discombobulated and left my keys in the door. Thankfully, there's nothing in this house worth stealing. Nothing at all. So, nothing in this house worth stealing. Oh, maybe this copy of Dark Side of the Moon might be worth stealing. What do you reckon? Or this very valuable gemstone might be worth stealing. What do you reckon? Could be. But yeah. And that is probably the worst anecdote I've ever told. That is the worst anecdote I've ever told. But on my live streams, face limited monetization. Every single one. This one, the coffee times I do, and I have to appeal them, and then a couple of days later they go, yeah, it's fine, or no, it isn't. Now, last week's live stream, what did we talk about? We talked mainly about Dolby Atmos. I appealed. I get an email a couple of days later saying, we've manually reviewed your live stream, and we don't think it's suitable for advertisers. I'm thinking, we didn't talk about anything controversial. We talked about mainly Dolby Atmos, I think. There was nothing in it, I thought, that was worthy. And they don't tell you. They don't give you a chapter mark to tell you the bit that's the problem. It's like an abusive relationship, Oh, tell me what's wrong. I can't. You're just wrong. As they throw their dinner across the room at you. What's wrong with the dinner? I'm not going to tell you. It's like that. It's like that kind of weird relationship you have with YouTube. So just go, you just shrug and go, oh well, because when you've been doing this stupid game as long as I've, you just stop caring. I do not care. I do not care anymore. So we did a coffee time the other day. Top story, and again it's in the header, nailing nuts. And I even included the X-ray. It was about a schizophrenic who took a hammer and nails to his testicles, and that was the story. And I even showed a close-up picture of the man's scrotum with the nail going through it. Cleared for advertising. By manual review, they added. Wait a minute. Dolby Atmos bad, nail through the scrotum, advertiser friendly, and you go, I give up, I'm done. You're insane, YouTube. You're insane. This is a silly game, and I don't want to play it anymore. Liam says at least nobody pinched the keys. It could have been a problem. Renee says, doesn't we have the spanner symbol anymore? No, we doesn't. We doesn't. It doesn't matter. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. It's not needed anymore because, you know what it's like. You know what it's like. I don't need to worry anymore because, firstly, this is a subscriber-only chat, and you have to be a subscriber for a month, and if the loon wants to play, then and if he does do anything, we have ways of seeing if he's a loon or not. So, because so there are other ways now. So there are other ways. So we don't need to worry about it. Liam says, I'm sorry I'm going to have to dash. Have a nice night. Same to you. Have fun with your trick-or-treating. I'm sure Liam's out with his costume. This year he's dressing up as Rick Wakeman and terrorising all in his locale with his guitar. He's going to play the guitar. Whittly, 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 whittly. Tell me I'm not wrong. Or maybe it's Keith Emerson, but the one with, Oh no, what's that? We lost the Emerson fans. Are there any Emerson fans? Really? Okay. Oh, that's too bad. Andrew's in. He says, evening to you. You missed Dogcam, man. You didn't get here on time. Oh, I'll do it just for you. She's looking right into the camera, so there's a good shot. Not that you can see it because it's a bit dark over there. Look. But what I will show you is my lava lamp. Look at the pigsty we live in. Look at that. Lava lamp. There you go. There you go. So, Dogcam. Dogcam. Oh dear. It's a very, very quiet one. So I think everyone is out trick or treating, or maybe they're apple bobbing. Yeah? Is anyone apple bobbing tonight? No? Okay. Or maybe you're hammering nails into your scrotum, which makes this stream advertiser friendly. What can I talk about now? I don't know what to talk about. I'm running out of things to talk about. Fadsai says, have you read the recent John Wetton bio? It's not a bio, and I did a review of it. Oh, I hear voices. Oh, voices. It is not a bio. Let me pull up the link. You probably haven't seen it because YouTube hates me and I hate YouTube, so the feeling's mutual. No matter. Here you go. Here's a review of it, and you can read what I say. Well, I bought it, so you don't have to. And you can look at it, and I do a little flick through. I do a little flick through, and my one's the super duper edition. It's signed by his widow and his son, so that kind of I don't know. But it's not a biography. Andrew says, getting very windy here and rainy. It tried to rain tonight, but we got through it. We made it, didn't we? We made it. So it was all right. But yeah, it's that change in the weather. I'm not a big fan. I can't say I'm a big fan of it. I like it when it was warm. It was nice when we had the late summer the Indian summer thing that we had. That was nice, and I just feel miserable now until spring rolls around. It's terrible. But I've got this fancy Athmos lava lamp. It's part of a limited edition 60th anniversary that they were doing, and it's like the sun. It's like staring into the sun. And I swear to I don't know, to some higher power that it's like cured me of my seasonal affective disorder. It certainly raises the spirit somewhat. But it's those dark mornings, isn't it? Just can't get out of bed. Ugh. Andrew asks, what do I think of them? This Beatles thing. Oh, what Now and Then? The song that's been rattling around for years. I don't know. I've not heard it yet. What do I think? I don't know. I mean, it was kind of fun when we had Free as a Bird and Real Love, back in, what was it, 95? I kind of enjoyed that. They actually worked on that back then, and George Harrison didn't like it, so they tanked it. And now that he's not here, Macca decided to go back to it. He always vowed to go back to it and finish it because he believes that there is a nugget of a decent song in there. So him and Ringo have been, slugging away. So has Giles Martin. Have used, again, I'm just telling people who don't know, used AI technology to recreate the various guitars and whatnots of various members who are not present in that they're the Beatles. And so we have the last song, that's what they're advertising it as, coming out on, is it Friday? I think it's Friday. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear. I mean, thinking back to, 1995, I was genuinely excited when that came. The Free as a Bird and Real Love songs came out, and loved them. I'm one of those people that really like Free as a Bird, and a lot of people didn't like that one, but I liked that, and the video that accompanied it, I thought it was very clever. Again, it was before the industrial CGI that we have now. It was very clever, like editing and post-production, that managed to put the Beatles into various scenes, and I thought it was, I don't know, it just got me, and I really like that one. And we'll wait and see. I mean, it could be good, it could be a load of rubbish. I think I may have heard the basis of it because it was released on a John Lennon box set back in the late 90s or something. There was a John Lennon box set, so the actual bed track to it has been knocking around for ages. But now, because Peter Jackson and the AI technology that they developed to remove all the the hissing and popping from Get Back, the Beatles film he worked on, because they use all that AI stuff to clean up audio, they've managed to clean up this track and make it workable. So not only have you got the AI for the instrumentation, I reckon, and Giles Martin's overseeing that, he's already used some of that to do the remix of, was it Revolver, where they basically unpicked, and that's fascinating. They unpicked the Revolver. Remember, Revolver was recorded on 4 tracks, and they used Bounce Down, where you bounce, I don't know, bass and drums, and then guitar and drums and whatever, until what they managed to do with AI is actually separate that, and that's where they got a much more, almost broader stereo field on that remix of that album. And Martin's done the same with this. And again, the technical side of it I'm fascinated by. I mean, this is where AI is very, very useful, and it's, you know, it interests me as somebody who mixes stuff. I mean, I've got fault track stuff that I've done from years back that, you know, sounds like dog shit. I've remixed it. You know, you can polish you can polish an audio turd, and you know, you can make it sound a bit more like it was recorded in a studio. But I'd love to, you know, maybe put some of my stuff through that and see if I can separate the stems out of it, and, you know, have a better go at mixing. You know, so yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. But there's also a video which Peter Jackson has made. So apparently it's from footage. This footage he's got, and we'll have to wait and see what comes up with that. You know. Andrew says, I like Free as a Bird. I think it worked very well. It did. I liked it. Again, a lot of people liked Real Love over Free as a Bird, and I don't understand why. Because I always thought Real Love was a bit weak, and Free as a Bird was more Beatlesy. Is that a word? Beatlesy. It was more true to the spirit of the band, if you know what I mean, the way it was structured and the various effects and whatnot that was used in it. And Jeff Lynne's production, he really did a good job of emulating, you know, a certain Beatles sound, you know. Renee says, we do not have a trick or treat in the Netherlands. We have St. Martin on the 11th of November in the north. We have all these exotic European customs. Like in Europe, there's a European custom where if you use Facebook or Instagram, you're going to have to pay $10 a month to get rid of the adverts. You only get that in Europe. Don't get that in the UK. Yes. Brexit benefit. Renee says, children have lampions. Have a lampion. What's a lampion? I don't know what that is. Am I being silly? What's a lampion? Let me see. I want to know what a lampion is. Lampion. Oh, it's a little lamp. Lampion hurricane lamp. A small lamp. I did not know that. It was. There you go. We learn. We learn as we watch, as we chat. We learn. Renee has taught me a new word, lampion, which means a small lamp. And have we actually got? Here we go. Apparently, that's not a lampion. Someone's put a champagne in it. I think it's like one of those, isn't it? Isn't that a lampion? Well, I want my lampion. I can't find a definitive picture of a lampion. Oh well, just have to use your imagination. But no, it's good, isn't it? And sing songs for sweets at doors. Sorry for my English writing. No, Renee, your English is better than my Dutch. Andrew says, carved pumpkins. Indeed, carved pumpkins. Let's all say carved pumpkins together. What does that mean, Andrew? What does that mean? It's a bit obtuse, isn't it, carved pumpkins? But yeah, we'll have to wait till Friday, see what happens. And I guess there'll be a big, video release on the old YouTubes for this song now and then. And again, you always get the feeling that McCartney's got unfinished business. Again, he's such a creative guy and a genius. I think if he had access to Lennon's archive, I think Ono and her son have been through it. But you imagine him rummaging through for any fragment of Lennon's work and even Harrison's work, and he'd make a fucking album out of it. You know what he's like. He's unstoppable. He's an unstoppable creative force. And but it gets people talking about the Beatles. It keeps the Beatles' legacy alive. It's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. And they've reissued the. Oh, we might as well do that while we're here, because we're talking about Beatles official store. Let's go there. Because you've got the Now and Then collection, Shop collection. Cookies. There's loads of variants and varieties of things you can buy to celebrate this release. And you've got the standard black. You've got the CD single, which is coming out, and you've got various limited things. And there's a white marble, blue white marble that's sold out, and that. And then what you've got is a reissued the red and blue. And you can get. I was toying with the idea. Oh, it's sold out. I can't get it. That's a shame. The red and blue in a slipcase thing. I can't get it now. But it's interesting because you go through the track listing and it says it's expanded and everything. And you've got Now and Then, right? But you haven't got Real Love or Free as a Bird. I don't think they're on there. Let me just do it. No, they're not on there. No, so I think that's a missed opportunity there. I think they could have put those other two tracks with Now and Then together, and that would have been a nice little, thing. But yeah, so there you go. That's what they're doing. They're doing all that. Yeah, I just did that, Andrew, about the red and that blue albums being redone. So I says we have a new season of Fargo coming, and also a new season of True Detective, which should be interesting. Jodie Foster's in that, I believe. Fargo's was it Juno Temple, I think, is the lead in that one, where she plays a woman who's pretending to be someone else. She's going to be a bit mysterious. So that should be good. Look forward to seeing that. But yeah, I mean, it's the 1st of November tomorrow, so we're heading towards. It could be Christmas next week, wouldn't it? It'll be Christmas soon, before you know it. I can't believe we got through another year, and that went really quickly. Didn't it just? What else have we got? Oops. Lost the chat window. Oh, where's the chat window gone? Wait a minute. There. Andrew says I've ordered the blue one. Yeah. Well, I could get the two separate. I don't really care much for the box. Things in boxes tend to get unplayed, whereas things that don't come in boxes you tend to play. That's not scientifically proven, mind. That's just my opinion. Because I have things in boxes that I don't play, and things not in boxes that I'll tell you what I bought. I bought because I saw it going cheap on eBay. I got and then I had to get the other one. But the last two Marillion expanded deluxe ones, got those. Did a bit of Seasons End Blu-ray today. I like watching the documentaries about all that. That was good fun. And I don't know, maybe I should do a video about it, I suppose. It'd be remiss not to. I've got quite a few things that I need to actually sit in front of the camera and talk about, but I don't know. I think I should just talk about the Rolling Stone top 250 guitarists, because boy, I think that may have gone viral, that one. So I need to talk more about that. People like that one, and it's good because people didn't hate on me. That was nice. People just left sensible comments, which was nice. How many views has that had there? Oh, nearly 7,000 views. Yeah, that's done really well for me, considering that, like I say, nobody watches what I do. Oh dear. The funny thing is I found an old screenshot on Facebook from around the time, it must have been shortly before those bastards did what they did. And even though I'd like nearly 20,000 subs and 10 million views, the videos were pulling in similar views to what they're doing now. So, you know, it's funny how things go, isn't it? Really. Well, I find it funny. I think YouTube is very much aimed at people that are, you know, not me. Oh dear. I just bitch about YouTube. Bloody YouTube. All the time. But yeah. Oh dear. Where are we? Andrew says, I'd look at the Stones one. What, you want to review that shit? I ain't gonna watch. I'm gonna review. I hate the Rolling Stones. I'm not gonna review them. Sorry. Boring. I have zero interest in the Rolling Stones. Sorry. I wish I could just get excited. I mean, it's all right watching them play live, you know. But oh God, I just find them so utterly dull. This is it. Stipend says, Rolling Stone 250 guitarists, please. I already did it. It's done. It's done, mate. What, you didn't see it? What, you must be one of the few people that haven't watched it. For it has been a soar-away success for my channel. I shall include the link here. So you can go and give it a thumbs down. There you go. Go and give it a thumbs down. There you go. But yes, it's got me a load of new subscribers. Which is good. Carry on like this, and I'll be at 5,000 subscribers anytime soon. Wow. It's a funny old game, isn't it? It's a funny old game. Oh. Andrew says, I always thumbs up. I know you do, Andrew. I know. I was just being funny. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. None of it matters. Righty ho then. Any more for any more? Any more for any more? Anyone want to talk, or should we just finish it now? Because, you know, guys, it's getting harder to do this if you don't join in the chat. Andrew says, troll free zone? No, he's always here. Don't worry, he's watching. He's always here. Don't you worry. He's just jealous because he can't take part. He's jealous because he wants to be part of it, but he can't be. Because, you know, because he's a freak. He's a freak and a weirdo, and I don't care. But no, he's always here, Andrew. He's always here. He never goes away. He never misses a live stream. You know. And if I'm lucky, you know, he'll try and insult me using the comments, and yeah, gets blocked because he's an idiot. Not very smart, but still carries on because he's got fuck all to do in his life. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm glad that I entertain him. Keeps him from hassling other people. Eric says, gonna check out Tortoise this upcoming Monday. There's something. What, you actually going to go and see him live? Wow, that's good. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. I don't know where a Tortoise playing live. Let's have a look. Tortoise tickets. Let's see. Monday, November the 1st. Oh, so you're in Philadelphia then? Ah, he's in Philadelphia, everyone. We know where he lives now. We know where he lives. We know where Eric lives. Philadelphia. That should be good. Yeah, they're always good. The 2 times I had the chance to see Tortoise, I missed it. The first time, it was at Dingwalls in Camden, and it was a time when everyone smoked, and I don't smoke. And they were coming really late, and it must have been. We've been waiting there for ages, and there wasn't even the opening band didn't come on. Isotope 217 was due to open for them. And I said to the missus, I've got to get out of here because I think I'm going to pass out because it was just such a fug of smoke. And so I left the gig. I said we just left. And I think we went to the pub and had a pint instead and then went home. And then the other time I was ill and I couldn't attend, and they was playing the Royal Festival Hall. And I missed that one because I actually was ill that time. So it's 2 times I missed Tortoise. Once in the 90s and once in the 2000s. So there you go. That's my story. So you're lucky. You're lucky as a cat. Hopefully you won't get sick. Eric says, live indeed. Have you seen them before? I'm in the US. I'm sure UK tour. No, they've been over here. They've been over here quite a few times. But like I said, once in the late 90s, I couldn't stand the smoke. We've been standing Dingwalls for about, I think they let us in at 9 and it was about 10:30 and no one had come on, and we'd been standing up for an hour and a half and nothing was happening. And also, I got to work the next day, so I didn't want to be out on the town all night. And it wasn't a Friday night, I think it was a Wednesday, it was a midweek or something. So in the end I said, oh fuck it, let's leave. But the tickets weren't that expensive, they're only like, I don't know, 10, 12 quid, so it's not like I was losing a lot of money. And then the second time I was not very well, I was really ill, I couldn't, and I was like, I really want to go. I'll be able to sit in that venue and wait and I couldn't go to that one, and that really upset me because I wanted to go, and it's at the Royal Festival, which is one of my favourite venues anyway. Lots of space, and so that kind of, and that's it. I kind of gave up after that. Give up. That must have been about 2005ish, I think. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it, because it's what I would call progressive music. A lot of the stuff that they tout as prog these days is prog. It's not at all progressive. It's all, oh look, I like that band that used to do that thing back in that day, let's do it again. Whereas Tortoise, well, they're all over the place. There's a bit of jazz, there's a bit of electronica, there's, again, they're all over the place. They have 2 drummers, they're all multi-instrumentalists, so they all swap around. Very dynamic in that respect. Crikey, they had 3 drummers before, a certain band had 3 drummers. So, just saying. And, I think they're very good. I mean, the last album didn't really land with me. And I keep going back to it and giving it a try, but I don't know, I just didn't get it. Which is a bit disappointing because they're like one of my favourites. They always throw something interesting out, but there was nothing interesting on there for me. I just didn't get it. And it always worries me when I don't get an album, So, maybe there'll be another one and I'll get it, get the next one. It was live in hope, don't you? Someone says, I'm off to watch The Wicker Man. Wish you more treats and less tricks. Well, I won't spoil the ending. It's a good one. It's one of my favourites, that is, The Wicker Man. Used to be shown as a double bill with Don't Look Now, which is another one of my favourites as well. So, a good double one. We watched a horror at the weekend. Oh, what was it called? It was Australian. Oh crap! Was it on Netflix? I can't remember what it was called. what's it called? Hand. Yeah, that's it. Hand. That'll help. Talk to Me. That was it. That was on Netflix, and we watched that one at the weekend. It was good. It wasn't a long one. It was about an hour and a half ish, and it zipped along. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good performance. Good. It was creepy. It was creepy, so I enjoyed that one. And she just forgot to mention that Matthew Perry never got into Friends. Well, you forgot to mention him. Oh, well, you've mentioned him now. Well done. Well done. So, I've never seen an episode of Friends, so I'll sit this one out. Friends passed me by, I'm afraid. It never looked of any interest to me. Jacob, he sent a scary ghost. Oh my God, what am I going to do? What can I do? I can't. What? How do I do the emojis on here? It's not fair. I want to do the emojis too. Oh, there's so many emojis, isn't there? Do food. I'm just looking at the emojis now. Oh, you got me, Jacob, with your scary ghost emoji. Ooh. See, I can do one back. Got there in the end. I was looking for pumpkin, but it didn't have any pumpkin emojis. And it's like, really? That's rubbish. Isn't it? That's a load of old cobblers. I don't know if I can do... Oh no, can't do that. Wait a minute. I can do what I did in the thing. Cancel that. Do that. Push that. Press that. And how about that? There you go. Hey. Hopefully you have seen my short that I made with my pumpkin, that I expertly carved today. We went a little bit to the gaming side of thing. I did a Mario pumpkin. There we go. He's done the scream. Old Jacob. He's responded with the. Any more for any more? Any more? Any questions? Okay. No, okay. It is very quiet, yeah, it is. It's very quiet. It's very quiet. Like I said, I can't do all the heavy lifting. I need you to feed me some things. If we're all just going to sit here quietly, then I might as well just end the thing, and yeah, well, I'll come back when you feel like it. Or maybe we should just stop doing these, because I get the feeling that no one's interested. You know, that boat has sailed, because you know people are not that interested in what I do, and that's fine. I don't care. Andrew says, I have all the Led Zeppelin box sets, but I never listen to them. Indeed, you might as well sell them, or just take them down to landfill. Just throw them on yourself, because that's where they're going to end up. Mark my words, it's where they're all ending up. But things in boxes never get listened to. Indeed. Take it. If you took those records out of the boxes and put them on the shelves, all the CDs, I guarantee you'll listen to them more. But it's because you put them in a box or in a sleeve, in another sleeve. It's like a condom. You just, I'm not going to get it out. Oh. What I have for dinner then? Oh, it's none of your business. Why are we talking about that? That's not what we want to talk about. That's boring. We got that? Have we really got to that point? No Dolby Atmos. No Dolby Atmos. There's no atmosphere here, no. I just can't do it. I can't invest. I'll show you what I was looking at. I was looking at this. I won't be able to find it now. It was a Samsung Dolby Atmos. Now, see, now it's mentioned Atmos. That means no adverts on this. This is it. This is what I found. I saw this. If anyone wants to gift me this, I shall put it on my list. I saw this, but I've got a Samsung telly, right? So I thought, oh, this will be compatible, and it's got the subwoofer, and it's got the soundbar, and it's got 2 Bluetooth surround sound speakers. So I could theoretically have this running independently from my 5.1, 7.1, not 5, it's 7.1. I've got 2 extra speakers. I could theoretically have this routed, so I could have it, coming out of my Blu-ray player just for the Dolby mixes of things. But it's £587, and it's like, I don't know, it seems like a lot of money, you know. But I'd like to give it a go, but it's £587. I could buy a guitar for that, you know. And it's like, do I really want another system? Because this isn't going to replace what I've got, because I use that. Like I say, my record deck's connected to it, my CD player's connected to my current amp, which is kind of a hybrid music and audio visual amp. It does both, you know, and it's got a phono stage in it. It's a Sony. It's an old Sony amp, which I dearly love and treasure because it does the job and it sounds nice. It's got a nice flat response. So yeah, I was kind of looking at this and thinking, you know, I could probably run it, piggyback it, you know, have the 2 surround sounds behind me and put the subwoofer somewhere else, you know, another part of the room, you know, put it on the other side maybe, I don't know, and run it separately. But and it's a big but, it's 587 quid. But that's one way of me being able to review Dolby Atmos releases properly, you know, seeing as that's the way it's gone now. And like I said, when I did do this, I did listen to the fold down. That's what I listened to. And I listened to the 5.1, but I said it all wrong. I got confused because I'd listened to so many things. I'd listened to so many versions. But again, I listened to Oldfield, the Oldfield Atmos. That was a fold down, and it sounded a bit odd. And that one, again, it's hard to, you know, what it easily sound. It's hard to put your finger on what doesn't sound right. And I don't know if it's because I'm so like familiar to like 5.1 and I know about how it behaves, that, you know, the fold down, I don't know, it just sounds, I don't know if there's a phase issue or something, you know, or if I'm just, you know, I just don't like it. You know, there's something going on there that I can't get beyond. So, you know, part of me thinks, oh, try the 5.1, try the Dolby Atmos, because it'll put that one to bed. You know, you'll be able to say, yes, we do this, but I just can't. I can't get excited by it. I wish I could. And then this video will be demonetized because YouTube has got a Dolby Atmos bias for some reason. Andrew says, good idea, we'll do. I don't know, what did I suggest you do? Eric says, you said you don't like the King Gizzard, the Lizard Wizard, what about them you don't like? I just don't have any time for them. They're a jam band and I just have no time for it. Sorry, it just doesn't interest me. If it interests you, fine. It just doesn't. Nothing about them interests me. You know, and sorry, I'm not good with those kind of space rocky jam bands, and the fact that they have an album out like every week. You know, I've heard that if they don't put an album out, social services go around and check on them and make sure they're all right. That's what I've heard. You know, and I just doesn't interest me. But if it interests you, good. I'm glad you enjoy it, but not for me. Andrew says, I saw that one. Can you add it on? What, add it on what? What, add it on? I can do you. What, you mean a thingy? Here, look, I'll give you a link. You mean an associate link? So I can get some money. Yeah, here you go. There you go. That's so if anyone clicks on that and buys it, I'll get. I don't know how much I get. A £5. I might get a £5 for that because it's a big purchase. But I don't even know if I've got a. Have I got a gift list? That I don't even know if I've got a list operating anymore. Wait a minute. Your lists. Right. Oh yeah, I do. I do have a wish list that's public. I did not know that. I did not know that. Need to take some stuff off of it. Oh, see, I wanted that Monopoly City game. No, can't get it anymore. Me and my Monopoly fixation. Oh dear. Oh, look at that. There's a list here I didn't know I had. Oh, I meant to buy that. I don't need that anymore. I can remove that from my list. You've got me started now. Rennie says, I bought a vinyl, got it today and played it. Side A was very good. Then I played side B. It was terrible, out of tune. The pressing of side B was not okay at all. I've never had that with any vinyl. Have you had any problems with vinyl, Darren? What? It sounds shit. What are you talking about? New vinyl or old vinyl or what? What exactly are you talking about? I've the only time I'm trying to think. I got a vinyl once that was like really grubby and it looked like it'd been kicked across the warehouse floor and it was new and I can't remember what it was. It was a while back though, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and I sent it back to Amazon and got a replacement. Just one. I didn't even play it. I just looked at it and it had like it just looked, you know, it looked like that. It looked like it had been across the warehouse floor. So I sent it back and I got another one and that was fine. But no, I don't tend to have, again, sounds subjective. Some pressings sound better than others. It's a whole fucking rabbit hole that I don't choose to tumble down. But that's it. I had an album by Danny Gothy from Supergrass. It was his first solo outing. He brought an album out called Van Gothy, and it took ages to come out on vinyl. And I pre-ordered it and waited and waited and waited, and then it arrived. And when you played it, side one was pressed on both sides. It was all right though because it came with a CD, so I ripped that and listened to it. But I sent it back, And then about another 3 months later, they repressed it with the sides the right way around, with both sides 1 and 2. But that's an example of a mispress. But I've not had anything that's like, out of tune or whatnot. The quality of vinyl these days is really good. Really, you can't fault it. I think you can't fault it. I think that the technology behind it and the people that are doing it, do some really good pressings that when you put it on, other than the odd click and pop, static or whatnot, you could be listening to a CD. I've had something. A lot of the vinyl I get in now is very, very quiet. Very, very quiet vinyl. But then, I've got a nice stylus and that and cartridge. It's not like my old record player, which used to destroy records. I got through a couple of albums like that. I think it destroyed my Pink Floyd Animals pressing, and I ended up just flogging it at a second-hand record shop. And I got through Peter Gabriel 2. I actually took that back to W. H. Smith and got a replacement for that one. But that was the old days of really rough ass turntable styluses, the old thick styluses. So no. Oh, it's new. Okay, he said the needle is going everywhere on side B. Yeah, could be just a dodgy press, So wherever you got it, take it back and get a replacement. And if it does it again, then take it back and get your money back. That's the only advice I've got, because I've been maybe I'm lucky. I don't know. I've never really had. Saying that, Brian Eno and his brother put out an album on Deutsche Grammophon. And I'm thinking, and it was expensive. Was it called Mixing Colours? And I thought, this is going to be good. And it had an audible click running all through one of the sides. I think it was maybe the third side. Audible click running all the way through it. And I thought, oh, God. And I think I may have got that off of Amazon. I'm not sure. Or maybe I hadn't. Maybe I got it from Deutsche Grammophon or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, I ended up selling it, and the person that bought it never complained. So, that's it. I get rid of the stuff I don't listen to, but very rarely. I mean, the stuff I get in, very, very good, very, very good. And she says that record might be considered collectible. Which one? I don't know. What, the Van Gogh one? I don't know. Probably I sent it back. I think I sent it back. I don't think I've still got it, but. No, I don't think anyone bought that record anyway. I think I was the only person to buy it. You know what it's like. I'm the only one in the world. But I did have talking about weird pressings, I did have it was one of those Jethro Tull deluxe editions, which I flogged. I sold it, and the guy said, the last track of one of the CDs wouldn't play. Now the thing is I didn't listen to the CDs because I listened to the audio via the DVD, because all of it was replicated on the DVD, so I didn't bother. I think it was the last track of the live album, one of the live albums. I can't remember which one it was now. And I thought, that's weird. And I thought, this is odd. So anyway, the guy sent it back to me. And I looked at it, and lo and behold, there was a tiny little bubble in the CD, on the surface. And I tried buffing it because you can, I don't have it anymore, but I actually had a CD buffer that you can, use to kind of get rid of surface scratches on CDs. And I think I got rid of that because I didn't need it anymore. And that didn't fix it. It was actually a fault in the disc. There was a fault in the disc. But that, again, now we're talking about that. Who wants to talk about Laser Rock? Because I've got a good example of that. I'm not technically allowed to talk about. Not technically allowed to talk about, I suppose. But what the hell? Boing. Can I get it off the shelf without everything falling over? Hey, I can. Right, just Don't look at that fella. Don't. If you can imagine, ignore that fella, and I can cover that. There you go. There you go. I think that makes it acceptable, right? There you go. We can do that now, right? So I bought this when it was released. Right, it's a very good album, but just don't look at that guy. Just look at that guy, right? And it's got some good tracks on it, actually. And look, I've probably shown you this before. That, my friends, is Laser Rot, and that happened as soon as I got it. Now, the funny thing is this plays perfectly. You think it wouldn't, but I can put this into my CD player, and it still plays. I don't think it... Does it come off? No, again, if you give it a rub, it's under the... what happens is the substrate, there's again, where all the bits kind of... Where it's like a sandwich. If you can imagine, it's like a sandwich, and it's not sealed, and so air gets in, and it causes that kind of oxidation, and that's where you got. So the substrate kind of gets this kind of milky sheen. You get it with laser discs, you get it with CDs, and it's usually in batches because they've not done it properly. Because look, this was obviously the same batch, but again, put it in a CD player, and it works perfectly. Yeah. So it's bizarre, you know. But anyway, I ripped it, so it doesn't matter. But Laser Rot, and there are people out there that say that it doesn't exist. I've had arguments on forums back in the day. It looks like 20 years ago. Oh, Laser Rot doesn't exist. It's like, yes, it does. You know, show them a picture. Andrew says, this is the problem with CDs. They either work or they don't. The majority of them work, you know. It's very rare to get. Again, it's even rarer, I think, with CDs. Though I remember buying a copy of Pete Gable's Big Time on 5-inch. Was it 5-inch CD? 5-inch CD. And it was a CD single. And it was it came with no sleeve. It was just like the bare disc. This was in Tower Records in the Trocadero. God, they're the days. Those are the days. And I got it for like, I don't know, 50p. Because again, it had been kicked around. It had been kicked around, you know, the warehouse, and it was all shitty. There was dust all over it. So I put it in my CD player. I didn't even think about cleaning it. I just put it in, and it skipped all the way through it. But I don't know if you are familiar with the mega mixes of the 80s. It kind of sounded like it was part of the song, like, and it was. I thought it was wonderful. I wish I'd have dubbed it. I wish I'd have recorded it. And so I kept like skipping back and doing it, and it kept skipping through and making all these weird percussive noises and judders and jumps and you know, a bit like Max Headroom. Who remembers him? Matt Frewer. And we, well, I took it out, gave it a clean, put it in, played perfectly. Just all the shit from the warehouse on the disc. Those were the days. Those were indeed the days. So yeah. So yeah, it either works or it doesn't work. So there we go. Oh dear. Whew. Any more? For any more? Yeah, sampled it. Yeah, well, I didn't have a sampler back then. I wish I'd recorded it though, because it was really, really. It sounded really trippy and funky, you know. And yeah, it sounded like someone would have. It was, you know, 1988, I think it was. It was like early sampling, but it was just skipping all over the place. And it wasn't until I cleaned the disc off that everything was fine. But yeah, it would have made a good sample. It certainly would have done that. It certainly would have been. It would have been fun. Oh dear. Oh. How long have we done? I feel like I've done. Oh God, I've got another 10 minutes to do. Oh, I don't know if I can manage it. I don't know if I can manage another 10 minutes. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know if again if you're aware, I mentioned about picking up Marillion's Season's End and Holidays Eden deluxe editions. They've reissued a few of them in that format, that kind of book format. They reissued a couple of them, and I can't remember which ones they were. Was it Script and Clutching have been reissued, and another one of the others. Nope, can't remember it. Misplaced Childhood, I think, has been. There's probably more. I think they may have done a very low run of reissues, so that's good. If you're interested in that kind of thing, yes, out there. Andrew says, "What do you think of DJ Shadow's stuff?" I don't know who that is. I only know the Shadows, Hank Marvin. Remember, if you're feeling a bit peckish, you're Hank Marvin. Ain't it just? Dog's gone. Dog's gone, yeah. Oh, what was that? That sounded ominous. What was that noise? That was eBay making a noise, but I don't know why eBay's making a noise. Oh, don't know. No. Just checking anyone's messaged me via eBay. Maybe that was because that was definitely the eBay noise. Why is eBay emailing me? They're not. It's okay. Maybe I've got a bid on something. Maybe someone's bid on something. Can have a look. I haven't sold a record on eBay for fucking ages. Nope. How peculiar. No bids on anything. I can't give records away these days. I think the market has collapsed. Oh, Andrew says that was spooky indeed. Ooh, spooky. But do check out my short. I'm gonna link to it because I want everyone to see my pumpkin carving skills because I'm desperate for attention. No, I did it for the kids, and then I thought, wait a minute, I can turn this into a video, and I added the sound effects to it. So I'm pretty pleased how it came out. Herb liked it, so that cheered me up. So I think that's it. I think I'm done because I've got a headache. I'm 7 minutes short. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was another miserable live stream. I think it's died a natural death. Yeah. It's not dead. It just smells funny. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Please, please, please entertain me by smashing the like button with your forehead really hard until your forehead bleeds. I want you to keep just smashing it. We got to suffer. Yeah, indeed, it is time for bed. I'm feeling a bit worn because it's so tiring walking all these miles a day with that dog. Anyway, we'll do this again next time, hopefully. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, so remember, if you can't be good, be careful. But more importantly, don't tell your mother. Bye night.